guys. In the spirit of the new Stitch movie that's out, I have a few things to say. I rewatched Lilo and Stitch, the original. I rewatched the show, Lilo and Stitch, but I have not yet rewatched Leroy and Stitch, or Stitch Has a Glitch, so I'm going to do that probably tonight. I have no interest in watching the remake because I've heard some horrible, terrible, awful things that are so fucking foul. I don't even have the words right now. I really don't. But let's talk about Cobra Bubbles. And no, this isn't me comparing and contrasting him to his movie. I've heard enough about the movie to know that they butchered my boy. But anyway, let me just say, we all know the story of Lilo and Stitch. Lilo is the sister of Nani. Nani is the older sister. She's about 18 or 19. And she is doing what she can to keep custody of her sister because their parents have died pretty recently, it seems like. Lilo is a troubled girl who gets bullied because she's kind of weird. And, there's some kind of inkling that she's kind of weird now, after her parents died. She gives the sandwich to the fish because she believes the fish controls the weather. So it's her way of coping because her parents died in a thunderstorm while they were driving, right? So if she keeps the fish happy, then the fish keeps the weather happy, then no more people die. Something like that, right? Anyway, Cobra Bubbles is the social worker who is checking in on Nani and Lilo to make sure Nani is properly caring for Lilo, that she's capable of properly caring for her, right? It's either the sisters stay together or Lilo gets put into the system. And, as Nani explains in the movie, if Lilo gets put in the system, she doesn't stand a chance, right? We already see lots of evidence that Lilo has depression. So by that, I think she does mean that, Lilo she has a foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel, pretty much, as far as, being depressed goes and being a fully functional adult. So, Cobra Bubbles. Something that I barely noticed about him. Rewatching the movie 2 days ago, I barely noticed that Cobra Bubbles spends the entire movie gaslighting Nani. After Nani and Lilo adopt Stitch, he spends the entire movie gaslighting her. What do I mean by that? Stitch is fucking shit up. He's not normal. He's a bane to Nani's existence. And he's an alien. Cobra Bubbles makes it known at the end of the movie that he is aware of aliens. He's aware of all that. He's aware of, the intergalactic charter or whatever the hell that the boss lady is from and whatnot. He's aware of all this shit. And he has some sort of history or past dealing with all of that shit. That all being said, as soon as Stitch came into Nani and Lilo's life, he could have warned her or something, right? He could have warned Nani or warned Lilo or warned both of them that Stitch is a fucking alien. And it seems like he's a degenerate one, right? Cobra Bubbles is the only person who's aware of alien life forms on Earth, it seems. So when he meets Shrek, when he meets Stitch, one of the first things he says is, "What is that thing?" And I think Nani says something like, "Oh, it's a dog," or Lilo says, "It's my puppy," or something like that, right? Cobra knows aliens exist. So Lilo and Nani only think Stitch is a dog because they don't know that aliens exist. Cobra knows aliens exist. So Stitch, who is clearly not a fucking puppy, is obviously, like, by process of elimination, obviously a fucking alien. Because Cobra Bubbles knows that aliens exist. So, when Stitch starts fucking shit up for Nani, Cobra Bubbles should be probably the only person sticking his neck out to support Nani, to support Lilo and Nani, because not only is Nani a 19-year-old girl taking care of her little sister and dealing with grief herself, right? But now they're looking after a fucking alien as well. That Cobra Bubbles is the only human shown in the series who is aware of them. So what am I supposed to feel at the end of Lilo and Stitch when Cobra Bubbles is talking to the, like, grand councilwoman or whatever, and she's like, this isn't going to be easy to explain at headquarters, and he's like, I know what you mean, and he's like, yeah, like, I convinced aliens that mosquitoes are an endangered species so they could not fuck up the earth. Okay. So he's aware of aliens. Not only is he aware of aliens, he's been in contact with them. Not only has he been in contact with him, but he's been in contact with head honchos in order to convince an entire species or planet that another species or planet is, like, endangered or whatever. You would have to be talking to some fucking head honchos. So why does he spend the second half of the movie after they acquire Stitch gaslighting Nani like she's fucking shit up for Lilo when he knows that aliens exist? It's weird. Like, to me, it's just really weird. You're aware. You know that aliens are real. You know that Nani and Lilo have a fucking alien. A degenerate fucking alien. And they're just normal civilians. And you're still chastising Nani as if her situation is very normal. Not only did my parents die, and I'm grieving, and I'm taking care of a little grieving sister as well, a child. I'm a fucking new parent, right, to my little sister. And now I'm the owner of a fucking alien who you know more about than I do. Now, if I'm to give Cobra Bubbles the benefit of the doubt, even the Grand Councilwoman was kind of shook by Stitch. She didn't know what to expect, and she underestimated him, and, like, all of that stuff, right? And she's like an alien head honcho. So if we're giving Cobra the benefit of the doubt, he didn't know how horrible Stitch could be. But at the end of the day, he still knew more than Lilo and Nani. So if he really wanted to do his job, and if he was really, like, working in the best interest of Nani and Lilo, and really, like, committed to keeping them together, doing what's best for fucking Lilo, he would have explained, hey, your fucking dog, like, the instant he saw Stitch, hey, that dog isn't what you think it is. In fact, I'm going to make a few calls. Turn him over to me. And then he solves the problem. And then he facilitates Stitch's capture or whatever. Or he gets in touch with the aliens. Like, he's too casual seeing Stitch on Earth for someone who knows about aliens and shit. He should have known something was going down. He should have known something was out of the ordinary. For there to be an alien walking among humans, posing as a fucking dog. I'm disappointed in Cobra Bubbles. I'm very disappointed. Like, he spent the whole second half of the movie gaslighting Nani. This won't be easy to explain back at headquarters. Okay? Maybe you should have been fucking proactive and done your goddamn job. Just protect Lilo and separate her from this potentially dangerous fucking creature that you're aware of is a fucking alien. You're the only person on Earth aware that aliens exist. Huh. Interesting.